Wellington originally. I've lived in Vernon for close to 18 years.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But I'm up in North Shore. I'm near Manchester by the sea, and down near Rockport area.
Rockport is my favorite place in the
Oh,
world.
that's so
Of
nice.
all the places I've been.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love it up there.
It's really nice. It's beautiful. It's right in the middle of
I've gotten all my kids to go to school up there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sam!
I'll say one speech.
How are you? Is this your first time coming here?
Yeah.
Different office, right? This is Danae.
Hi.
Samantha.
Sam, nice to meet you.
Hi, Sam. It's Chris Hill. Good to see you. How are you?
Good.
Well, please have a seat.
It's not about pounds and what we do. It's more about like what happens to the patients that take the time to like put in the work to figure themselves out and crack the code. Yeah. And once they've like done that, this is the outcome. Yeah. And it's, I mean, will there be some obstacles like Rhode Island, vacations or trips to Michigan? Yeah, there are obstacles, but you know what? It's not like you start spiraling out of control. It's like you catch yourself before it just all goes to like a disaster all over again.
It's all mental. I would say at the end of the day, you're in your head, like we were saying, if you think you're going to fail that math test, you're absolutely going to fail that math test. And sometimes it's like getting out of your own way, getting out of your own head. I've actually found journaling to be really helpful. Especially, so I struggled with binge eating, and I did really well for a while when we first met, and then I had a few times where it happened, and I wrote down like how I felt. I wrote down what I ate, and then I went back to it a few days later, and being able to kind of read that and process how I felt then and how I was feeling while I was reading it was really helpful. So I started kind of, I don't journal every day. Sometimes I journal a lot. Sometimes like I'll go for weeks without it. But either way, it's so interesting to go back and see what I wrote and how I felt. How was my energy? What did I eat? What did I say about myself that day? What was I thankful for? What was I not so thankful for? And it was something that I've never really done before. But I think that there's like a major importance in that. And there's so many different, you could do it on your phone, but for me, physically handwriting it.
The process of writing it down, that's very powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, just write about it. No one's going to read it. It's only for you. And if you want to share it, you can. And if not, then don't. And then sometimes it's humorous when I go back and read and I'm like, oh my gosh, like talk about being dramatic. Like, and with your hormones too, like was I hungry during the week before my period or after my period and stuff like that. It's a very helpful tool.
Are there certain other techniques that you use, Danae, just to kind of check yourself and keep on track?
When is my next appointment?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
That's interesting. I've never thought about that.
So I'm actually going to see Dr. Cavo on Monday.
Interesting.
In Southington for the first
No way,
time.
really?
Yes.
And that's a motivational factor for you, obviously.
It is, because I was just away last week and I traveled this week for work. So I travel for work, right? And so those are the days that I find it hardest to stay on track.
Interesting.
If I'm planning and I have my snacks in my bag or whatever it is, it's somebody wants to go out to dinner or this or that. So if I say to myself, see Dr. Cavo on Monday, it's like, okay, so it's simple. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have brunch and we'll do yogurt perfect. Okay, well I'm not gonna eat your yogurt that has 40 grams of sugar.
Yes.
Right.
I'm gonna bring my own yogurt that is protein heavy, and so it's a simple swap. Making swaps, right?
Yeah.
Talk about pizza. I have now like 3 different options for when it's pizza night at my house, because I am also a cook and I make my pizza dough from scratch and all of that. So it's like, well, if I'm already making that one from scratch, I can just make this one too. And so just finding the workarounds to be in control of what I'm doing.
You're also, I think, key on something that I find like it's like a life hack, and I really like it.
Like I went out for dinner with one of my friends last week, and that could have gone many different ways. I could have had drinks, I could have gotten something carb heavy, but I decided, like, you know what, no, I kind of haven't been the greatest with everything. I think something high in protein, load up on the veggies would be best for me. And the thing that could be challenging is, like, sometimes people be like, oh, you're gonna just eat that, or why don't you just eat this? And it's like, because it's what I want to eat. I'm choosing this to eat this.
Right.
And, you know, birthday party, any sort of, like, our social life is revolved around food and drinks, I feel like.
I mean, it's the same energy, but it's directed towards the outcome that you're looking for. And it sounds like a win-win, which is kind of interesting.
And I think, you know, just in general in society, we crave a sense of community, right? Think about it.
Yeah.
It's like community centers exist for a reason. You know, whatever your you know thing is, it's life. How do you do this on your own? And as a mom, I couldn't do it on my own. So why is this any different, right? This is something that many other people are on this journey together, and if we can support one another, that's great. And I think doing it, you know, virtually is huge, because when you have a busy schedule, you work full time, you have kids, you do this, you do that, it's a lot harder to get up and go somewhere versus like take my laptop and go in my bedroom and shut the door.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just curious. And I think physicians by nature are curious. I think people, like, if you have curiosity, then you're gonna wanna look at ways to do things that are different than traditional.
Sure.
So I don't think anybody's gonna resolve or solve the problem of abnormal weight gain through apps and you know, telemedicine appointments. I think you have to come in and have a body composition and sit down and have connection with another, you know, human, another soul.
Sure.
But I think that as people become more comfortable with the treatment plan, that something like this, where you can be remote, where you can put your computer on, you definitely can leverage that kind of treatment modality. And I think because, again, curiosity, I'm here and I learn from my patients, but what I'm hearing is really useful for them now is accountability. And when you're a member of a tribe, or when you've got a group community that you're expected to show up, you're holding yourself accountable because you're in a group. And I think that, like, with telemedicine and where we are post-pandemic, there's a sense of accountability that goes into these appointments. I think that these kind of wellness circles, I hope they take off, because I think there is a lot of utility there. Because people will be holding themselves accountable, show up for that wellness circle, you know? And it would be an important behavior, because if you get something out of it, which I hope people would do, it's a positive sort of reward, and so the experience will want to be repeated.